Discover how to turn this gourd into a beautiful piece of art. All hard-shell gourds have a natural dried mold exterior. Here's a comparison between a dirty and a clean gourd. Well-worn gourds are famous for two main reasons. They have extremely thick shells and are very easy to clean. All you need is water and a wire mesh pot scrubber. First, soak your gourd in plain water and use your scrubber and rub the entire gourd. Once your gourd is completely clean and dry, you can see all the imperfections like this surface crack. And this very dry area of the gourd shell. Now let's get creative and work around the flaws. Use a gourd compass to make a level line for your cut. Always wear a face mask before cutting and cleaning your gourds. With the hobby knife, make a slit large enough to fit your saw blade. This is a Proxxon Mini Super Jigsaw. It comes with a customized narrow foot, on and off switch, and a variable speed dial. To attach a saw blade, all you need is the included Allen wrench. Insert the saw blade with the teeth facing up and tighten the screw with the Allen wrench. To use the saw efficiently, you will need a foot pedal, which plugs right into the saw. Once the foot pedal is plugged into the electrical port, it's ready to use. Turn the switch on. Now the pedal will turn the saw on and off by simply pressing it. Now you're ready to start cutting. Turn the speed up. The faster the speed, the smoother the cut. Insert the saw blade into the slit. Holding the gourd and the saw securely, turn on the saw. Let the saw do the work, using your hand to steady it but not to push it. The foot pedal makes it much easier to stop the saw and rotate your gourd. Always have the saw's foot firmly down on the gourd to keep the saw from bouncing and breaking blades. Remember, you can stop and start your saw as needed using the foot pedal. It's that easy to cut open your gourd. Next is cleaning the interior of the gourd. The inside of the gourd contains dry seeds and membrane. For tall vases, you want to use a long shaft cleaner ball. Simply attach your cleaner ball into a power drill. And the spinning action does all the work. Now that your gourd is clean, You are ready for the next step. This design is from the Floral Vine Stick and Burn pack. Simply cut out the design from the sheet and peel off the backing. If there's an area on your gourd that you want to cut out, like this crack, place your design right next to it. Continue to wrap the design all around the gourd. Use a hobby knife to cut off unwanted parts of the design. For this design, you want the flowers to wrap around the area you want to cut out. Cutting next to the interior border of the flowers is what gives you the fancy cut in your design. Make sure you adjust your design so the flowers connect. This is why stick and burn is so convenient, because it's easy to remove and reposition. If necessary, draw some vines to connect the design. Next is wood burning the design using an adjustable heat wood burner, a wood burning buddy to absorb smoke, and a blade style wood burning pen. Just wood burn right through the stick and burn, following your design. This is a spear-shaped pen, but you could use any other shaped tip as long as it's a blade-style pen. A blade-style pen is one that cuts through the skin of the gourd rather than staying on the surface of the gourd like a shading pen. Again, a blade-style pen can be many different shapes, including a spear, a skew, or a knife shape. These are all blade-style pens because they cut through the surface of the gourd. Make sure you wood burn your pencil drawings as well. Avoid wood burning the center circle of the flower. That'll be done last. I will be showing you an easier way to burn it once you peel off the stick and burn. Now burn the feathering on the flower. Once the design is completely wood burn, peel off the stick and burn. Now using the side and the tip of your pen, create the center circle of the flower. Now the design is completely transferred on your gourd. Using a pencil, draw where you want your fancy cut to be. For the next procedure, be sure to wear a face mask. Using a carver with a pointed burr, such as the Phillip point burr, cut right through your gourd. This fancy cut will remove the center area of the gourd. Now you can see how the cracked area of my gourd is completely removed. Now you created a beautiful fancy cut on your gourd. To paint the inside, you will need 3-inch masking tape. Cover up your cutout completely. This will help you avoid painting the outer surface of the gourd. Press the tape firmly, making sure it's nicely stuck on the edges of the cut. This will prevent the inside color from bleeding through. Using gourd paint in black, and gourd varnish in gloss. The varnish works as an extender and sealer. With a palette knife, mix thoroughly. Use a large brush to color the inside of your gourd. Try to get in between the cutouts. And on the rim of your gourd. When done, peel off the masking tape. With a smaller brush, paint any areas you may have missed. If you paint outside, quickly grab a wipe and remove excess. Use Formula 49 to condition the dry shell of the gourd. With a cotton round, apply the solution over the entire gourd. With a heat tool, dry some of the formula. Leave it moist since it's a very dry gourd. For the flowers, you'll need transparent acrylic in true red. A few drops on your palette paper should be enough. You will also need transparent acrylic in pure white. Using a fine tip applicator with an easy grip applicator holder, apply true red at the end of each flower. With a clean applicator, now paint the rest in white. With a cotton swab, dab away excess, blending both colors together. Continue to follow the same steps on the rest of the flowers. This fine tip applicator really helps me get into those tight areas of the flower.
Remember to use a cotton swab to dab away excess and to blend both colors together. Heat set the colors as you go to avoid smearing them. Next is painting the leaves. You will need ink dye in spring green and transparent acrylic in forest green. First apply the spring green. Now apply the forest green right next to the spring green. Fine tip applicators are ideal for small intricate areas. With a cotton swab, blend the two colors together. Continue to follow the same steps. To accent your art piece, use metallic ink in bright gold. I'm just dipping my fine tip applicator on the bottle since I'm using a very small amount. Now apply the color on the center of the flowers. When done, dry with the heat tool. Continue to apply in different areas of the design. Don't forget to heat set as you go. The last and final step is sealing your colors with Gourd Master Protecting Wax. The wax will also help condition the dry shell of the gourd. With a piece of felt, apply the wax on the entire gourd. The protecting wax is a permanent, long-lasting finish that will protect the colors for years to come. The wax pulls no color off your gourd. When done, let the wax sit for a few minutes. With a clean piece of felt or rag, buff the wax for a nice high shine. Continue to buff until your gourd is no longer tacky. Now, your beautiful gourd art is ready to be displayed. Products can be purchased at www.wilburngourdfarm.com.